Exciting weekend here with the rededication of Chrysler. Hence, I'm dressed up a little bit for later on today, and it's really exciting. We have so many people are coming back, and so proud of this new facility. And I like looking at the eyes of the former players that have come back so far. The few that I've met, and there's others to come. So we also have a challenge with Penn State on Sunday that's playing better and better despite the record. Iowa had a chance to beat Iowa last night, and we have to be ready for that. I think we regrouped very well after the loss at Michigan State. Had a great practice on Wednesday and full practice, all in, and then took yesterday off, and now we're ready for our normal two-day prep for the Nittany Lions.
We'll open up to Nick.
John, after that game, obviously, it was a bad loss. There's no really other way to insult it, I guess. But
yeah.
Do you want them to remember that, or do you move on? I mean, is there a part of that needs to stick with those guys?
Well, there's part of it that has to stick with them, and a part of it is we have to embrace the reality of this is life at this level. I saw today, I was looking at the Sagarin ratings, we played the third toughest schedule in the country. And someone told me, I think Tom might have pointed out, with the third youngest team in the country. It's reality. There's bumps in the road. You're going to have bumps in the road, and it's part of getting better. And that was a big bump, but we just move on.
On your left, Chris.
Can you talk about what you've missed with Jordan on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, it shows in just his lift and his technique and just his. There's a couple times he didn't make real good physical box outs the other night, which is something that. Obviously, he hasn't practiced in 3 weeks or whenever since the Illinois game. So there's those little things that he's got to catch up with, and it's things when you practice them every day, you're doing them every day, they just happen. When you're out like that, you just don't react, and that's been his biggest problem right now is reacting quickly in games.
And just to follow up, where do you miss him the most? A healthy Jordan Morgan the most?
I think defensively as a center, and then giving us some versatility and some consistency backing up Glenn. We were in a pretty good rhythm there, maybe 5 to 10 minutes a game for Glenn when he was Jordan would go over there, but he hasn't been able to do that. And finding a suitable guy to do all those things is really hard right now.
On your right, Michael.
As far as Jordan goes, how was he the next day and the day after, even just health-wise with the ankle? Was he still sore?
The Wednesday look, he did everything everybody else did. I don't think he's at 100%. There's no question about that. But I think every day is getting closer to it.
And as far as who starts on Sunday, how do you determine that?
Well, yeah, I think in the next 2 days I'll know what's best. I'll watch. I mean, the things we've emphasized in practice. Will show up in the next 2 days.
Does that become because of Jordan's injury combined with the way Mitch has played and the way John's played, does that become a rotating thing, or do you want to have a guy set?
Yeah, you don't like to have a guy lose his position because of injury. At the same time, if the person in there is comfortable and you feel confident about experienced player coming off the bench, that's still will be our call as a coaching staff, my call. Predominantly to make, and I have to make it at some point, but I like to have as much information as possible before I do that.
On your left, Rod. John, along with that, is there consideration for just shutting him down for a period to make sure, looking at the big picture, and maybe getting back to that next game with Michigan State on the 3rd, that maybe you can shut him down and get him back to 100% in that time?
I mean, we miss him quite a bit. So I think with this with a game Sunday, and then we don't play again for 8 days. That will give us time to gauge what he's able to do. Maybe we shut him down different days than others, but I'll know more. But we'll always consider that for get him back healthy. He was so anxious to come back. I think in the Indiana game and those things, and you got to trust how the young man feels. But in the long run, it probably didn't assist in his recovery.
Right in the middle, Joe.
Coach, given Glenn's struggles recently, how would you assess his mindset right now?
I don't think he's a freshman playing basketball, and he's doing the best that he can do right now. I mean, he's a wonderful young man who's learning all the time. But any freshman that has played the volume that he's played, learned so many things. His he's doing fine. He just, he hasn't had some of the opportunities. People have shut things down. He just could keep playing. Just keep playing, son, and do the best that you can. And that he's a heck of a player, and his potential is so huge. We just keep playing to that.